Hello, welcome to another episode of my 30 plus decks. Today I'm going to be showing off one that I was just working on recently, and I have shown it off before, but here it is a bit more fine-tuned. Hope it is. Kumena, Tyrant of Orazca. 1 green blue for a 2/4 Merfolk Shaman, so this will be a Merfolk synergistic deck. Tap another untapped Merfolk I control to have Kumena be unblockable until the end of turn. Tap 3 untapped Merfolk I control to draw a card. Tap 5 untapped Merfolk I control to put a 1/1 counter on each Merfolk I control. Yeah, this is something where it was actually something kind of bad. I was going through old decks and I was like, why is this deck just not fitting in its box very well? And somehow it got more than 100 cards. So I was like, that's not supposed to be that. So I cut cards, and so now it's right where it's supposed to be. Man, it's honestly been a really long time since I had used this deck, like actually with a friend group. And so I'm glad that I hadn't used it with it being over 100 cards. Or really, honestly, just glad that I noticed. Anyways, getting back to it, let's jump right in. Here we go. Turn around 1. I will draw. That will be an island. Tapping for Mist Cloaked Herald, 1/1 Merfolk Warrior with unblockable. Or can't be blocked. Go on turn 2. There we go. Untap, upkeep. Nothing, draw. There we go. Okay. I'm here for it. Let's go Vine Glimmer Snarl. When it enters, I will reveal an island, and so it doesn't untap, or sorry, it doesn't enter tapped. And I guess I could use it. It would effectively be blue, Phantasmal Terrain, putting it on my opponent's land. It's one of my opponent's land, to make it an island. Let's go to turn 3. On tap, upkeep, draw. There we go. With a forest, green, blue, and 1 for Kumena. And I could have been swinging for 1. I'm just kind of working on my game plan right now. Going to turn 4. Tap and draw. Let's go with. Go with an Evolving Wilds. And then blue, green, and 1 for Hadana's Climb. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I put a 1/1 counter on target creature I control. Then if it has 3 or more 1/1 counters, I transform it, this enchantment. Now Kumena could be unblockable if I tapped the Mistcloak Herald, but then there would be nothing to block. I would just be tapped out. So how about combat, counter, swing. Turn 5. On tap. Hold on. Before it officially gets back, I'm going to crack that Evolving Wilds. That would be silly not to do that. Getting that before the untap. There we go. And there we go. Now I draw. Okay. Let's go with this land for turn. And it is turn 5. I think it's worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reflections of Lityara. When it enters, I will choose Merfolk. Whenever I cast a spell of the chosen type, copy that spell. Making copies is one of the big themes that I tried to put in this deck, because a lot of the Merfolk that give other Merfolk +1/+1 are not legendary, which is awesome. Let's go to combat. Another counter. Swing it for 3 unblockable. That's someone. And let's go turn 6. On tap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay. So I won't be able to double cast that. Bit of a shame. So let's go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Casting Zagana, Utopian Speaker. That is a Merfolk spell, so I will copy it. It is a legendary, so that will be 2 creatures entering, technically. Let's see. And they both have enter the battlefield effects. So when it enters, if I control another creature with a 1/1 counter on it, I draw a card. So I draw 2 cards. And then state-based actions, I will sacrifice the copy. And Zagana is a 4/4, has adapt 4 for 6, and each creature I control with a 1/1 counter on it has trample. So he's an unblockable trample guy, I guess. Funny. Let's see. That honestly really helps. So let's go to combat. I guess I will put... Ooh, that does get me another land. Let's go for it. Let's put that 3rd one counter on Mistcloaked Herald because of Hadana's Climb and transform it. Now it's a legendary land, can tap for 1 of any color. I can tap 1, a blue and a green at it to have target creature I control gain flying and +X/+X, where X is its power. There is that. No 2 costs, sadly, but I have 6 mana for next turn, which is awesome. That was the beginning of combat, so let's swing for 4 at least. And go to turn 7, final turn of this game. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's try and make a splash. Terramorphic Expanse, not exactly what I wanted. But that's alright. Let's go blue and 2. Casting Marrow Regery. And that is a Merfolk spell, so I copy it. That is other Merfolk I control get +1/+1. So since there are 2 of them, all of my other Merfolk are getting +2/+2. And themselves are getting +1/+1 because of each other. And whenever I cast a Merfolk spell, I may tap or untap target permanent. So I can untap 2 permanents whenever I cast a Merfolk spell. Let's go ahead and cast... Ooh. Okay. For blue, and 1, I will cast Merfolk Sovereign. Let's put him right here. He's a Merfolk spell. So let's go ahead and get a copy. And this is other Merfolk I control get +1/+1. And tap to have target Merfolk unblockable this turn. Also on cast, I get to untap 2 permanents, which I still can't do anything with that, but that's still cool. I will crack this this Terramorphic Expanse. Search for more islands. And let's see. Each of my Merfolk giving buffs are getting +3/+3. All of my other ones are getting +4/+4. And man, that's looking pretty solid. As far as it goes, I would probably tap one of... I guess it doesn't matter. Tap one of these for Kumena to become unblockable. And then declaring attack, That would be Kumena and Mist-Cloaked Herald at least, swinging. That would be a 6-8 unblockable, and 3-4, an 8-8 unblockable. Man, yeah, that's damage. Heck yeah. Let's see, I might do another quick game. It was Intruder Alarm, which is awesome. For this deck in particular, I could do something like Kumena's ability to tap 5 Merfolk, put a 1/1 counter on each Merfolk I control, and then cast a Merfolk, untap all creatures I control. With my Regery, I was untapping lands as well to multicast kind of thing. Forerunner of Heralds is when it enters, I search for a Merfolk and put it on top. Shuffle and put it on top, which is kind of interesting. If I make 2 of them, it would be search for 1 and then put it on top. Shuffle, put that on top, and then search for another and then shuffle it and put it on top. So it really doesn't make sense to search twice or however it works. It is a May ability, so there's that as well. But it's also whenever another Merfolk enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on itself, which is very nice. With how much Merfolk I just was getting. And Momir Vig, which isn't a Merfolk, but was going to be consistent Merfolk, I guess. It's whenever I cast a green creature spell, I may search my library for a creature card and reveal it. If I do, shuffle my library, put that card on top. So very similar to the Forerunner of the Heralds, except it's any creature, and not just a Merfolk. And then its bottom ability, whenever I cast a blue creature spell, reveal the top card of my library. If it's a creature card, put that card into my hand, which, if I guess I didn't have any blue-green creatures, but if I had this out and then cast this, searching for a blue-green Merfolk, and then casting that spell would be, okay, I search for another blue-green Merfolk and then put it on top. It goes to my hand, and it would probably be more that give other Merfolk +1/+1 or something like that. So I guess with my hand, I definitely had a plan for future turns. Yeah, let's just go one more game. I will flip this back. Get my tokens too. Using one of those newer ones from Dragonstorm. Sure. And then shuffle. All right. So yeah, the Reflections of Liara was definitely doing its job with making copies, but I definitely have other ways to make copies. Sometimes it's for entry effects, but man, it really was just kind of doing right what I wanted it to do. So, yeah, that was awesome. Let's see if I can get it to work again. Shuffle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reset that. 2 land hand. If only it was blue and a green. It's blue and a blue. This is actually a pretty solid hand otherwise. I think I'm going to mulligan. That happens. That's alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. That's perfect. Forest, an island, and an Evolving Wilds. With a 2 cost, 3 cost, 4 cost, 5 cost. Let's go. Draw. Alright. Evolving Wilds. Crack it. Search for a island. Typically need double blue. over double green kind of thing. Here we go. Turn 2. Draw. Let's go with this forest. Blue, green for Kira's Follower. 2/2. I can tap it to untap another target permanent. It is a Merfolk. Turn 3. Draw. Right. Island. Blue, green, and 1 for Kumena. Going to turn 4. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. Let's go green, blue, and 1 for Gyre Engineer. Vidalcan Wizard, but it taps for a blue and a green. I think that I will tap Kira's Follower to untap this island and tap it for a Trickster's Talisman. Equip for 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Trickster's Talisman. If you do, create a token that's a copy of this creature. Let's go to turn 5. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Let's go with an island. And now, I can start multicasting, can't I? Well, I definitely can. But it's also something where I think I want to do a little bit of setup first. So, 1/2, tap to untap, 3/4, 5. And that will be for blue, blue, and 3, Kindred Discovery. When it enters, I choose a creature type. I will choose Merfolk. Surprise, surprise. Whenever a creature I control of the chosen type enters the battlefield or attacks, I draw a card. And then that into blue, blue, and 1 for Svelun of Sea and Sky. Let's draw a card from Kindred Discovery. That's what I'm doing. And that is a 3/4 indestructible because I have 2 or more other Merfolk. Whenever she attacks, I draw a card. So that would be drawing 2 cards for her attacking. And other Merfolk I control have Ward 1. Very cool. I think I'm happy with that, so let's go to turn 6. Excuse me. Untap, upkeep, draw. That's actually really nice. 1/2, tap to untap, 3/4, and I will use 3 of that. It'll be green, green, and blue for this blue and 2 enchantment, Deep Root Waters. So Deep Root Waters, let's go like that, if it'll work with me. Perfect. Whenever I cast a Merfolk spell, I create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token with hexproof. So if I cast something like, let's see if I have that 1 floating, that 1 blue plus this 1, for a Vidalian Hexcatcher, that is on cast, I make a 1/1 Merfolk with hexproof. When this 1/1 Merfolk with hexproof enters, because it technically enters on first, it enters on cast, I draw a card. And then Vidalian Hexcatcher enters, and I draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have missed a land drop, so let's play this as my land for turn. Right. And Vidalian Hexcatcher is not only other Merfolk I control get +1/+1, but also I can sacrifice a Merfolk to counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1, which is really nice with the Merfolk tokens that I'm going to be getting. So then let's go blue, blue, and 2, and I will cast Seafloor Oracle. I think I'm only a little bit running out of room, only on camera I'm running out of room. So there's Seafloor Oracle. Whenever a Merfolk I control deals combat damage to a player, I draw a card. And on cast, that is another Merfolk. So that is another 2 draw. Yeah. Now, Seafloor Oracle is whenever a Merfolk I control deals combat damage to a player, I draw a card. Right now, I think the only thing that I have to worry about is discarding. I don't have a maximum hand size right, or I have a maximum hand size right now. Still kind of drawing for no maximum. So let's go ahead and move to combat. I will tap one of my token Merfolk to give Kumena unblockable. And I will go ahead and declare attack with Kumena and Svelun. Now that is a couple of triggers on attack. That is 2 Merfolk attacking, so I draw 2 cards. And Svelun, when she attacks, I draw a card. And then that's not guaranteed Svelun dealing combat damage, but it is guaranteed Kumena because he's unblockable. Pretty much guaranteed. So that will be, I'll say that Svelun gets blocked and Kumena deals damage, which is another card draw from that Seafloor Oracle. And now I'm at 8. Cool. Let's move to my end step. Let's see. I think I'm gonna discard Give and Take. Then I have my 7 cards in hand. There we go. Let's go to turn 7. That will be untap. Upkeep, nothing. Draw. Play a forest as my land for turn. And now here's where it can get gross. Blue and 2. Intruder Alarm. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, untap all creatures. Okay. This is going to be cool. This is actually going to be disgusting. I don't know how gross this is going to be. So let's start. Let's go 1, 2, tap and untap, 3, 4. So I will keep track of that with dice. I have 2 blue and 2 green because of Gyre Sage. And I'll just tap these 3 so that I have 5 blue, 2 green to work with. I will also tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Merfolk to put a 1/1 counter on each Merfolk I control. You're not a Merfolk, so that's a counter here on both of you, on you, and you, and you, and you. And then with that 7 mana, I will use 3 of it to cast. Let's see, so that will be blue, blue, and 1 to cast Merfolk Sovereign. On cast, I make a Merfolk token, and that is Intruder Alarm. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, untap all creatures. So there is that. Not only do I untap all creatures, I draw a card for the token and I draw a card for the original. So 2 cards because of Kindred Discovery. Then I can tap Gyre Sage, add another green and another blue, and Kior's Follower to untap Gyre Sage and add another green and a blue. So back up to 8 mana. I was at 7, so I guess I made mana on that one. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to put a 1/1 counter on each Merfolk. That's that. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky for the Merfolk, because it's currently one of them with 1 and 2 of them with 2. You have 2. You have 1. And I'll tap 3 untapped Merfolk to draw a card. Yes, sure. Then let's continue to... Okay. 1, 2, and a blue. Wake Thrasher. Again. I'm getting... this is going to be a little bit difficult with these Merfolk. So it'll just be... I'll keep them individually with counters. So that's 2 with 3. 1 with 2. And now 1 with 1. No. Now 1 with none. And then Wake Thrasher entering. So that's another draw 2. And I untap all my creatures. Okay. Then another 2 and 2 from the Kior's Follower and Gyre Sage combo, bringing me back up to 6, 7, 8, 9. So I made another mana. So yeah, I'm making 4. I used 3. Let's go ahead and spend some of it actually. That'll be 1, 2, 3. So down to 3 on that one. 4, 5. For Tatio, the Benthic Druid. I guess actually before I do that, I'm going to do all this nonsense of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To put a 1/1 counter on everything. Maybe I should just start drawing instead. We'll get the point across, right? Maybe next time. There's that. Yeah, trying to like draw into no maximum hand size would actually be really smart. I have 4 Merfolk over here. There we go. That makes sense. 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapped for another counter, and then I'll be untapping them all after cast. Something like that. That goes up to 2. That goes up to 3. 4, 3, 4, 2. You should be at 4. Cool. And then Tatiova, which will make 1 without any. I'll be untapping everything. I'll be drawing another 2 cards. There we go. I bet I could do something with that. Tapping these for another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and just tap a bunch to draw. I think that's what it's going to change to. 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 3, draw. And then 1 blue for a Triton Shorestalker. On cast, I'll be making a second Merfolk, so that's another draw 2. And I untap everything. And re-tap everything. So that'll be another 4 mana, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3. Draw. 1, 2, 3. Draw. 1, 2, 3. Draw. 1, 2, 3. Draw. I have 2 untapped Merfolk. Still no way to go with no maximum hand size, so let's go 1, 2 for a River Sneak. That makes 1 more Merfolk, so that's another draw 2, and untap everything. And 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 2, 3, draw. And tap both of these to add another 2 and 2. This one's actually up to 7 green. Oh my gosh. Now I'm just kind of thinking that I need to add more ways to have no maximum hand size. Anyways, this could keep on going for a while, so I think that I'm actually just going to stop right here. Funny enough, I could just keep going, but I have the will, or maybe I'm losing the will. Who knows? I'll just zoom in on my hand. Laboratory Maniac. I can cast that whenever. Mistcloak Herald. That's another way that's just getting me more Merfolk, more untap. Quasi-duplicate, I can make a copy of any of these things, either in my hand that I'm going to be showing you or already on the battlefield. Identity Thief. I love it. It doesn't have haste. It actually will work with this one. So, whenever it attacks, exile another target non-token creature. This becomes whatever it exiled, and I return the exiled card under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, which I would typically be doing Master of Waves, which is when it enters, I am making a number of 1/0 blue elementals equal to my devotion to blue, which right now I could count it up, but it's pretty dang good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So with it would be 20. I'd be making 20 of these 1/0 elementals, but he gives elementals I control +1/+1, so they would all be 2 1s. And then with him, it would be exiling him, but keeping the ability so that my tokens don't leave, but then he re-enters at the end. Or I could just make a copy of him and make all of my elementals 3 2s and get even more of them, kind of thing. It's a really kind of funny idea with that. Vesuvian Shapeshifter comes into play or is turned face up. I may choose another creature in play. If I do, he is a copy of that creature and gains. At the beginning of my upkeep, I may turn this creature face down. Aquatex Will. Solid, and I could just be used to draw another card because I have a Merfolk. At least one. Silent Hall Creeper. Unblockable. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I choose one that hasn't been chosen, so I either draw a card, put 2/1 encounters on itself, or have it become a copy of another target creature I control. Other Merfolk I control get +1/+1. Casting Merfolk, I tap or untap target permanent. Could have started untapping my lands again, or even more mana. Non-basic lands are islands, so I had it, I think it was last game, trying to give Island Walk. He's in here somewhere. Gives all of my Merfolk +1/+1 and Island Walk. Growth Spiral, solid, and it's not... there are 2 of them. Literally, they're like identical, and one of them is like Triton. No, not Triton Shorestalker. That's you. I don't remember their names, but one of them is like Lord of Atlantis. That's not the one that I have. Something like that. Ring of Evos Isle can give something hexproof until the end of turn. At the beginning of my upkeep, if the equipped creature is blue, I put a 1 counter on it. Thieving Skydiver, that is not only a Merfolk spell, but it's cheap enough to get me 2 mana back. Shardless Agent, not a Merfolk, but the Cascade gets me a whole bunch of good cards. Like a bunch of my just really good cards are cheap. Progenitor Mimic, just making consistent copies on upkeep of typically something that's giving +1/+1. Skatewing Spy, all of my creatures except for my Vidalcan Wizard had 1 counters. For the most part, everything had counters. Each creature I control with a 1 counter on it has flying, so I'm going for unblockable and flying, I guess. Hedonic Climb, it came out last game. Stonecoil Serpent, this one's just a solid card. I could put 1 into it and get around the majority of commanders. Momir Vig, he was in my hand. Land. So yeah, I'm just going to stop there because this was going very well, kind of doing exactly what I know that it can do, but man, that could have just kept on going and going and going. If I had used that mana for Momir Vig, then I could have just started casting some of these blue-green creature spells and searching for anything that I wanted, and just going straight to my hand, which is crazy. Anyways, hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys liked watching me just kind of blow up with Merfolk. This really is a fun deck, and I'm really glad that I noticed that it was too big, because I decided to cut a theme of tapping my opponent's creatures and also trying to draw through Verity Circle, but it was really all focused on Verity Circle being on the battlefield, and then any other time it's just kind of an annoyance or a way to swing through. Yeah, I think that was freaking great. Hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed playing for you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later.